Hey, yeah, what's up? This disciple Marshall Occurrence, reign back up in this anti-Illuminati all day, anti-Freemason all day, anti-Satan all day, anti-Gangstalker all day, anti-psychic all day, anti-telepath all day. Yeah. So this video is going to be about uh, a very dark event that needs to be told in my history concerning uh, my marriage, my first marriage. Okay, where me and my son was left without a formula for him. So the baby bag, which every couple knows what a baby bag is, it's the bag with the formula in it and extra bottles, pacifiers and everything else, little snacks and everything else. This was left in my wife's car. My wife drove off to her dad's house with the baby bag, the whole baby bag in the car. Now, this was because me and her got in some type of argument. But in the middle of this situation, as a caring mother, I don't even a crazy woman can be a excellent caretaker. That's a 7 hour. I don't care how crazy you are. That, if, as a caretaking mom, that's a whole different situation. Okay? Again, there's crazy women that are great caretakers for their children. Okay? And remind you, she drove, she worked, she did things that competent people do, but yet she wasn't competent enough to take the baby bag out the car if she was mad and wanted to leave, and to put that in the house, in our apartment that we had. So me and my son was in the house all night, and all he had what left was the milk that was in the bottle. Anybody that knows how expensive formula is, and if you're a young couple in your 20s, we're not in our 30s, we're not even in our 30s. Okay, so maybe you had millions of dollars, maybe you had hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank when you was in your 20s. We are a young couple on our own, both working, but we're in our 20s in our own apartment on our own. Okay, these bottles of these cans of formula, any parents know, if you act like you can just skip down the block and go buy one of these cans, you definitely are not a parent. You shouldn't be putting your mouth on that. Some people say, well, getting milk, anybody, you can go get milk. You know what we're talking about? Formula. We're not talking about going down the street and getting whole milk or some jugs of milk. This is an infant, so he cannot have any of those cow milks in the jugs. Okay, and so we was a young couple. Not having the money for another can of formula does not make you a bad parent. And sometimes you have the money for the extra can of formula. As good parents know that. And sometimes you don't have the extra money for the extra can of formula. This particular time, I didn't have the extra money for this expensive formula. So I had to sit in the house with my son, nursing him sparingly, without experience being a new parent. My son was in infant age. Right? I didn't have any experience. I'm in my apartment while she's over her dad's house. That's something you hear a woman tell a story about. Yeah, he ran off with the baby bag. I'm here with the baby, honey. I ain't even got nothing but this milk in this bottle. He done ran off, honey. You hear a woman talking like that. Here I am, a young man sitting at home, and guess what? Here's the punchline. I forgot about this part. I forgot to put this in the short version of this. I had to take off from work I had to take off from work. My boss, after that, he had no respect for her. He mentioned her in the, like, whatever kind of way. I had to call in. This is what I'm talking about. Now I remember everything. I had to call in. I was working at Bally Total Fitness at the time. I had to call in and tell my boss, I think his name was Nick. I had to tell Nick that I couldn't make it in because, and I had to tell him the story. My wife ran off and my son is on me. And so it was over into the morning. It was over into the morning, and which means she probably went to work. And so she didn't come there to about, I'm thinking like 3-ish in the afternoon. So remind you, she was gone from the other day, almost 24 hours. From the other day, like in the daytime, probably about 3-ish, probably between 3 and 6. Somewhere around in there, to about 3-ish the next day because she probably went to work. The sun came up, and you could say whatever you want. This woman didn't have any emotional depression or anything after the birth. It wasn't that. Nah. I can show you how. Before she had a baby, she was doing the same thing. That's what's happening now. She was running around, ripping and running, leaving and going over her dad's house before we even had a baby together. Wouldn't be out of character for her. So can't blame it on depression after marriage. I mean, after the baby. Who would go that far? That's losing your mind. Who would go that far and totally forget out of habit? You know how many times you carry a baby bag? Out of habit, you forget that the first thing you think about as a new parent, a new couple that has a kid, the first thing you think about is the baby bag. Right or wrong? She leaves the baby bag she drives off with the baby bag. This is how much she had to ignore. She had to get out the car and forget the baby bag again. Think about it. Think about it now. You already in the habit. So when you drive off with the baby bag, leaving me and my son at our apartment, she had to go over her dad's house. Who knows if she went straight there? I don't know. But whatever the case may be, whenever she got out the car, the first thought is the baby bag, the baby and the baby bag. That's the first thoughts of anybody. She had to dismiss all of that, leave the baby bag in the car, which some people bust your window out because they know it's stuff in there. Like formula. Yeah, a smart criminal knows there's formula probably in there. That's a baby bag. There's something in there. You can go sell formula anywhere. If you see a couple and you say, hey, man, you want this formula for $5? Man, it's gone. You can even sell it for $10. If you barely used it, left more than half is still in there. The average big can of formula, man, you can get rid of that with a couple walking down the street. I guarantee you that. Maybe these days they may be a little shaky about whether it's tainted or something's wrong with it. But the average parent gonna kind of stand there and think about it for a minute. They're gonna be like, $10 for a whole thing formula? Yeah, I'll take that. Come on. Okay, so she ran off. Like I said, people don't just have formula stored up. Famous people might have probably 10 cans of formula stands. If I was rich, I would. I wouldn't be going back in the store in the middle of the night. I would have me 10 cans of formula on site at all times. But for average American families, you're not going to have formula just laying around. And if you're a couple that's in your 20s and you're making pretty decent, but you're in your 20s, you're paying for your bills, whatever, you got car, gas, all of that, and you're in your 20s. It's understandable a couple in their 20s can't go down the street and get another can of formula. Right or wrong? That's understandable, right? Okay, so that's why I was not able to do it at the time. But but I probably could have once we got money, obviously, again. But out the blue in the middle of the week or something like that, and you've already put your money this place, that place. It wasn't the weekend because I had to work. And I don't think I worked on the weekend. I think I worked Monday through Friday. But the bottom line is the act of her leaving her son and her husband in your apartment, the apartment that we both are on the lease with, leaving your newborn son, and you're so negligent that you forget that the baby bag is in the car and he has no formula for the night. That's where the blame deserves to be put. And I had to call out of work, which means I missed a day's wage, which takes out of his mouth ultimately. And I got to explain to my boss why I can't come to work. I had to call him and tell him, yo, my wife ran off and my son is on me. You know what I'm saying? And I had to explain that. I probably explained that part too. I only got the milk that's left in the bottle. The baby bag is gone. And he was just cool about it. I still got to keep the job where I was at. But this shows you what kind of man I was. This shows you these things need to be said because people will look at you and wonder, well, what went wrong with you? And then you might wonder why I have a no tolerance for foolishness like I do. Okay, somebody leave you with your newborn son with no formula, and all you got is the bottle, the milk in the bottle, and you got to call off of work also. You've been up all night with him, and then you got to call off from work to be with him. Just sit there, just waiting for her to come, hopefully soon, with the baby bag, with the formula in it. See, I know about that. I got real stories about it. I got real stories that blows your house down as far as you thinking I'm not no real man. Yeah, some of you suckers don't know nothing about no formula. Formula? What's formula? That's what I'm telling you. Stay out my lane, man. That's what I'm saying. Stay out my lane. Because you just became a parent. My son is 16 years old now. Okay? But this needs to be said for records, for record keepings, as far as my integrity, as far as who I am. You just now having a kid. I've been had a kid, buddy. Welcome to the real world. You think it's me that need to be welcome to it, it's you, where we all have kids. And we have experiences. Did you hear my experience? Where I had to call out of work because my ex-wife runs off with the baby bag in the car. Now, real parents know that's a problem. Somebody on an average family, that's a problem. Okay, they drive off with the family, with the baby bag, with the formula in it. That's a problem to drive off with the formula. That's an issue. That's another argument. That's another argument. And this explains why my ex-wife really can't question my integrity because before me and her even split up, she already let my son down. She already did. And I was already for him there when she wasn't and she neglected him. That's a form of neglect. CPS, right or wrong, let's get all the trolls out the way. Let's get all the dummies out the way. If CPS, look at that. If Child Protective Services, look at that. And they look at what I just said. This woman runs off. A woman now, totally out the nature of a woman. She runs off and goes to her dad's house, allegedly. The father has to call out of work All that is left as far as formula is what is in the bottle. And he had to call out of work and sit home and nurse the baby all day, and then call out of work and couldn't and miss a day's wage of work. She's affecting the child, she's affecting him, she's affecting the money. How you think CPS gonna look at that? Huh? I'm not talking about your dumb McDonald American opinion, your Ronald McDonald opinion, your Happy Meal opinion, your Big Mac opinion, your McDouble opinion, influenced by McDouble grease. I'm not talking about your opinion influenced by McDouble grease. I'm talking about Child Protective Services. What would they think about a mother running off with the baby bag? And Child Protective Services know how much formula costs. They know how expensive this is. See, people that don't have no children, you don't even know what I'm talking about. Well, you can't grasp how expensive and how valuable formula is. This is powder that's very valuable. Okay? And CPS will say she ran off, left you at home, and went where apartment where you both have an apartment where you both pay bills. Yes. She goes over her dad's house. Yes. And the formula is this big, average standard of formula, right? The biggest can you can get. That's what we had. So that was in the baby bag, yes. That was in the back seat, yes. In the baby bag, yes. She was going how long? All night long, over into the morning to where I had to call in. In all actuality, I don't know what happened that night. I don't know what she did that night. She wasn't on drugs. That's like a crackhead move, ain't it? For real. That's something a crackhead would do. I don't know. All I know is she was over her dad's house. I think. Okay? And CPS would chew her out as a mother. Whatever problems you have with this man is between you and him. This child has to have food. This child has to have a stable situation. And your husband has to work for him to keep that formula coming to that child. A day's wage is a can of formula, right or wrong. I don't care what job you work at. A day's wage has a can of formula in it, right or wrong. Yeah, don't question my manhood. Don't you ever in your little life question my manhood. That's the moral of this story. Don't you ever question where I come from. Don't you ever question where I come from. Yes, that's an event. Tell parents that, wow, your wife left and you ain't have no formula? See, only parents know this. Only parents understand what this means. Okay? And you're a couple in your 20s. You lucky that you had a big can of formula in your 20s. A young couple like that. Now you see the real picture. I'm 26. I'm 26 years old. She's 23. I'm 26. She's 23. You put that together. We 3 years apart. Me and my wife are 3 years apart. We met based on her stepdad. It wasn't because of her age or her style of woman that I like. Her stepdad introduced us. So he obviously seen that I was old enough. Look, he set it up. How you gonna say it's my preference when he set it up? Huh? Okay then. So when you look at her, it has nothing to do with my preference at all, really, honestly. Because I'm just being 100. I chose her, but it wasn't like I chose her out of a crowd per se. Like, yeah, that's what I want right there. Let me holler at that. You feel me? So that's all I'm saying. Before you start trying to split hairs about my life, this is for all people who split hairs about my life. Now you see what I'm saying. So that's why I don't have no tolerance for foolishness. That's why I walk around like a real papa, because I've been a real papa. Until you sit at home with your son with a real baby while the woman ain't there. Oh, I'm certified as a papa right then. Listen, I don't got to do nothing else. You stayed at home, you called out of work with your son in your hands with only the milk that you had left in the bottle while your wife, with her trifling tail, ran off to her dad's house with the can of formula in the baby bag over there at his house. Yeah, you a papa, buddy. And that's what I'm saying. Differentiate me from the suckers, man. Keep them suckers from me, man. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm 41 years old. I'm 9 years away from 50, and I'm glad to be old. I'm glad to be getting old. I wouldn't want to be young during COVID-19 times. That's why I talk the way I talk, because I'm a real papa, buddy. That's why I talk the way I talk. Now you see. Now you understand. Based on my life experiences, this is necessary. Trust me, it's necessary, bro. Because people have these imaginations that's all out of whack, man. You feel me? It's all out of whack, bro. And I got to sober you up with reality. That's why I love reality, because it always trumps over imaginations and lies and foolishness. Reality tells you everything you need to know about somebody. And that ain't gonna never get old-fashioned. Reality is what's real. Reality is what you can take to the bank. Okay? Other than reality, I don't know what you can trust. I trust reality. And I trust realities of people. That's what I trust. I don't deal with no hunches and all that intuition foolishness. I go with reality. That's what cops lock people up for. Reality. Not hunches. Not intuition. Cops lock people up based off reality. Play no games. And that's, like I said, this is what makes me a papa, bro. And so my son up to date, my son loves me. He said, Dad, I'm gonna come find you. See, he doesn't know all these stories. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. But see, when me and him talk, me and him gonna have these talks, because he gonna know the real story, the real origins, how I had to call out of work because his mama done ran off with the baby bag, leaving him nothing to eat, and I'm sitting there holding you. And I had to call out of work. As you can imagine how essential a day's wage is for an infant baby. All of that, man. All of that. And he's going to have even more respect for me. See, that's why my karma's good anyway. That's why my karma's good. If people trolling if they can call me a bad dad. You trolling, buddy. You trolling. Not to mention, I put myself on child support and she didn't even take the money. You got to be trolling. And I know you're trolling. You can't be calling me a bad dad. You trolling for secret societies. You trolling for American community. That's all you're doing. And ain't nobody stupid but you. Ow. Can't call me a bad dad. I put myself on child support. Some men say that's all you got to do, bro. Shoot, what else can you do? You put yourself on child support and she ain't take the money, bro. And you got papers from the state of Florida proving this. This isn't no lie. You can prove this, which means those papers are always archives in history. That's always going to be there. They can always retrieve that information. That's why when she started popping off again, the state of Florida informed me of everything, because they already knew what my standards was. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that might be considered. I'm pretty sure. They see somebody that was put on child support and this mother didn't take the money for whatever reason. Okay? So they let me know everything, the whole situation, everything that was going on basically. When she lost the custody of my son twice, she did. She lost custody of my son twice. Not one time, not twice. Think about you was a parent in that situation. That's what I'm saying. You haven't been through what I've been through. Half of these women, yeah, you strong, but you been through that. When your son or your daughter was lost to the state twice. You ain't walking in my shoes, man. That's what I'm trying to show you. I got women, some women beat. I got some of you women beat. You ain't been through that. When you lost your son twice to the state. You lost your son twice to the state. Lost your daughter twice to the state. It's not on the average, man. It's not on the average. And that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you can't even, as a parent, you can't even relate to that. And then you think you're more of a parent than I am. You haven't been through the pain that I've been through as a parent. Okay? You haven't been through it. Where my ex-wife is cutting off, once she done lost custody, now she has the power to cut off communication between me and my son whenever she feels like it. And the last time, this is why I don't talk to her. The last time I had dealings with her, which was last year, right? I was talking to her last year, my ex-wife last year. She knows I'm up here in New York and everything, right? So my son's birthday comes around, and ultimately, she sent pictures to my mom and didn't send pictures to me because she had some problem with me. So you know what I did? I said, don't text me, call me ever. He's already 16, right? That's when he turned 15. So he's 16 this year, right? I told her, ain't no need for me and her to talk again. He gonna be, he got 2 more years? 2 more years now? Less than 2 more years. A year and some change where he'll be 18. Okay? I don't have to deal with her no more. I ain't dealing with her no more. Why? I can wait a year. I've been waiting this long. Sure, I can wait a year and some change, and he can come to me whenever he feels like it. Because he already said he wants to come find me. So that's our relationship. He loves me. We emailed each other. She sent pictures to my mom, and I'm the parent. Now, remind you, me and her been talking on the average up until his birthday. Like weekly almost, or at least every other week. We was talking last year. Then when his birthday came, we had a little situation, and she decides not even worth her shutting down. Let's put it like that. She decides to send my mom pictures. Now, it would be one thing if she sent nobody pictures, but she decided to send my mom pictures, but don't send me none. So now you're still trying to hurt me with my son. Now you're still trying to hurt me. So, okay. So I say, you know what? I thought about it. At first, I think I let it go at first. But then I thought about it. I was like, you know what? She's still trying to hurt me, man. And I didn't divorce this woman. This is my motto. I didn't divorce this woman to still be dealing with drama. I didn't divorce her to be dealing with drama. See, that's why I am the way I am. I'm a real papa. I done been through some real drama. Yeah. So I gotta let you know my grade so you can see what lane I'm in, man. Yeah. Surprise, we all got kids. Surprise. It shouldn't surprise you. But yeah, so this is the situation. She sent pictures to my mom. She doesn't send them to me, and she's still trying to hurt me. This is how I feel. She's still trying to hurt me. So I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? This woman is still trying to hurt me, man. So I let that go. Because I said, don't even call me in this life. That's what I told her. Don't even call me ever again. Ever. Because she's still trying to hurt me. And he's now what? He was 15 at the time, 3 years away from 50. I don't need a relationship with her. That woman is toxic. She's toxic. I don't need no relationship with that woman. Still trying to hurt me years later. Still trying to hurt me. This is years later after my divorce. I divorced her 2008, July 8th. You do the math on that one. That's over 14 years. That was 13 years at the time that I divorced her. 13 years ago, and you still bringing me 13 years ago after I divorced you, not that we was married. 13 years ago, it'll be 19 years we were married when we first got married, 19 years ago. We would have 18 years under our belt of being married if I was still with her. Now you see how old I am? We would have 18 years of marriage. I ain't no sucker, man. Listen, man, let the street punks out there be the street punks, man. And that's for men and women. You a street punk. Put you on some leather and dye your hair pink so you can look like a street punk. Ow, there it is. That's 7 ow. Street punk. Boom. They're gonna get you. Little street punk. God gonna get you, street punk. Little street punks. That's what these gang stalkers are, street punks. Put some pink in your hair, put you some leather on so you look like a little street punk. Ow. You little street punk. Yeah, you can't never call me a street punk when I got a fully grown, my son is almost grown, and I got these stats that I got. Taking off of work when she ran off, putting myself on child support. Yeah, street punks don't put themselves on child support, buddy. That's a 7 ow. Yeah. Yeah. Street punks don't put themselves on child support, buddy. Yeah, those are street punks out there. Separate me, differentiate me from street punks. I don't care about this as New York. It's street punks everywhere. You got the most street punks, actually. What you talking about? You got the most street punks. Get all y'all some leather and put some pink in your hair. Street punks. Put some pink in your hair. You can go hang out in Harlem with Cam them. Well, I don't think he gonna have you around, but he might have you around because you got a little pink in your hair. Ow. That's a little Dipset joke. You like that Dipset fatality? Put you some leather on, put some pink in your hair, and sing you in Harlem. Ow. That's a Dipset fatality. Dipset fatality. You like that, don't you? Hey, I put myself on child support. And she ain't take the money. What would you do in that situation? Then I still sent money. Cash money. I'm sending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Now guess what? She getting a crazy check, staying home with her mama. She drove herself crazy. That's what I think. I don't think she was crazy. I think she drove herself crazy because she kept living in this fantasy world, wanting to do all of this, wanting to do all of that, wanting to do all this stuff, right? But like, she's a kid. She's like in her 20s. Like, she needs time to grow and she doesn't know that. She's like, she goes to school for business administration, all of this, that, and the third. And, and she's trying to get a business going, trying to sell hair, different things like that. I don't know what she was wanting to sell at the end of her dealing with business, but yeah, that's the case in the situation. She just wanted everything too quick and couldn't appreciate, what was in front of her. Okay, she had a kid, an infant son, her own place to stay. We had money. We just got $7,000 back from an accident that I had when we was driving. She ain't give me none of that money. I ain't even asked for none. You know, we just had our son when she got the money, so we put some of it into the apartment, and she kept the rest. I ain't even looked through the rest of it. You know what I mean? So all I'm saying is, this is my story. This is where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Differentiate me from all them punks out there, man. You know what I'm saying? This is my life. This is my story. All that foolishness that they talking about, they ain't got no receipts or nothing on it, do they? I got records of this. What I'm talking about. Me putting myself on child support, and this woman losing my son to the state twice. There's records of that. There's records of that. And I let her dad know, because her dad is ex-military. I'm sure she didn't tell him, because she was living with him at the time. She glad to run over there. She finally got over there again. She was living with him at the time when I was going to give her child support money. And I know she didn't tell her dad, because her dad would almost kicked her out. You ain't going to accept no child support money, but you going to lay up here? No, you ain't. You what you doing that for? So I can do it? I take care of this? You crazy. I don't know why you looking at me. That's how most parents will look at you. You crazy, turning down money and you laying up here. Can't be serious. Not in my house. You got to go somewhere else. That disgusts me. You disgust me too much. You gonna turn down money for no reason. I mean, this man ain't with you. You ain't got to see him for it or nothing. He in a whole different state, and he's offering you money, and you turn that down? For what reason? This child comes first, not your petty vendettas. You feel me? Not your petty vendettas. And so you got these petty vendettas going on, and this child got to eat. This child needs things. Think about the first infant months. This is when she did it. When he got the teeth, when he teething and all of that. All the other little stuff, you don't know what's going on. You got to keep running them back and forth to the doctor. This is when she turned down the money. Not when he was like 5. Yeah, because some people may do that when he's 5. They may have good plans between each other, and then they decided to, just go official and go by the books at 5 years old. This is when he was an infant. When he was in the stage of going back and forth to the hospital and to the doctor, and you're gonna turn down child support money then? That's what I'm saying. It's unheard of. And I know she didn't tell her daddy because he's ex-military. He ain't gonna let her turn down that money. An ex-military man? I guarantee you she ain't tell him. And so guess what? When she was locked up for neglect, for the first time she lost my son in custody, the first time she lost custody of my son, she wrote me from jail while she was locked up. Talking about, you better not fail him. Yeah, my ex-wife wrote me from jail while she was in jail. Talking about, you better not fail him, and you like I did, and all of this stuff. Feeling sorry for herself. While she was in jail, I took full advantage of writing her dad. Yeah, she gave me his address. I wrote him and let him know the whole story of her turning down money, and I let him know everything else that was going on. I let him know the full story. I made sure he knew, because I know he didn't know. And that man still came out his pocket. I know he did. I know he was giving her money during that time when the baby was an infant. I know he was giving her money. Meanwhile, she turning down child support payments. My motto is, I take money from anybody. I ain't gonna sell my soul for the money, but I'll take money from my enemies. Yeah, look, the money is the money. Hey, don't blame the money. Hey, don't blame the money. Ain't the money's fault. The money is innocent. I'll take money from my enemies. I don't care who it is. I don't have no, listen, when it comes to that, and you owe money, hey, look, money, listen, money ain't got nothing to do with that. Look at it technically speaking. Hey, look, hey. And she couldn't take money from me. It's unheard of, bro. That's what I'm saying. So, but guess what? She still took the money when I sent it, though. That's the crazy thing about it, right? She still took the cash that I sent. She still took the money orders that I sent. She still took that part, though. So it wasn't that she had pride not to take the money. Obviously not. She's taking the money. Crazy, right? That's what I'm saying. Now, that's my story. That's my situation. That's what separates me from people that never had kids for whatever reason. That's my story. Me getting married, me having a kid, put myself on child support, my son loving me, saying he gonna come find me. That's my story. That's not your story. That's not the story of any of these rappers or Tupac. Tupac didn't have no kids. Okay, that's my story. That's what makes me a papa. Okay? That's what makes me an individual. Okay? And that's no disrespect to those people, but you know how people are, though. They try to put you compare you to everybody. You know what I'm saying? This is my story, though, where I put myself on child support and she ain't take the money. Yeah, you be talking about it too. You sure would. Especially that. How it happened, yes. And these fools up here acting like they know who I am. Yeah. Now what you think? I think the enemy is officially dead. That's what I think. Well, I mean, with time reveals everything, doesn't it? Now you see who I really am. These are the facts, man. Okay? And you lose. Okay? I tell you like a Mortal Kombat champion, you lose. Okay? Ain't no games being played, bro. I live in the real world. If you have me mixed up with a cartoon character, bro, look, maybe that's what makes you goofy. That's what makes you goofy. You see people through these goofy lenses. You feel me? You see people through these goofy lenses and stuff. I ain't playing no games. I promise you that. And I got a son that's 2 years away from, a year and some change away from being a grown man. Imagine me playing games. Imagine that. When my son is almost grown. Yeah, you just now getting a kid. Good for you. But we all got kids, man. You live long enough, we all have kids. You got that part, man? It's not some amazing leprechaun fairy tale type of thing. That's what I'm trying to show you. You act like it's some fairy tale type of thing. I just showed you how I had a kid, my experiences, what happened, what didn't happen. Okay? You act like you got some special little thing going on that we don't have, or you got some kind of experience that we don't have. That goes for whoever it applies to. If it doesn't apply to you, you shouldn't be offended. That's how I feel in my particular situation. You shouldn't be offended if it don't apply to you. If it don't apply to you, why you offended then? That's how I see it. If it applies to who it applies to. If it's sticking to you, that's who it is. Yeah, now you see I'm a fully grown man with a son to prove it. Okay? It doesn't get no, you can say, well, anybody can be how they put it? Anybody can be a daddy, but it takes a real man to be a father. Okay, putting yourself on child support, that's not a real father? Taking off of work when your wife is running off somewhere, the woman running off. Yeah, some men got this story, but a lot of men don't got these stories. The woman is running, the woman ran off. And you at home taking off of work with nothing but the bottle left, the formula is in a baby bag in her car somewhere. Yeah, you don't got that story, bro. Come on, man, stop playing. You don't got that story? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to him. That's what I'm saying to him. You know what I'm saying? That's why, man, y'all need to listen. Now you see who I am. All that goofiness is why God is not playing, bro. God knows this and knows this part of my life and know what I've been through. You think he playing with you? You think he playing with you, bro? You think he playing with goofy people that want to be Mickey Mouse in real life? You want to be Mickey Mouse in real life, bro. You want to be Mickey Mouse. That's what it is. Or some other cartoon character you seen on TV. I'm talking about real life, man. Playing no games. Somebody tell you they put, all women are on my side, hands down. I tell you, I put myself on child support and the woman didn't take the money. I got all the women. And like I say, if you got the heart of the queen, you can get the heart of the king. That's always the case. That's always the case. As long as I have the hearts of the queens, I got everything else wrapped up, bro. Look, man, a man put himself on child support and the woman don't take the money. That's beyond speaking volumes. She could never call me a deadbeat. How you gonna call that man a deadbeat and he put himself on child support? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I don't care what he does. You can never call him that. I don't care what he does and does not do. You can't call him that. Nah, you missed your opportunity. Hey, I'm being 100. I'm being 100. You missed your opportunity. And you had plenty of time to get that opportunity. So it ain't no excuse. That's real. That's one thing you can't call me, buddy. And then, this is officially why you can't. After I put myself on child support and she ain't take the money, I still sent money. I still sent money and still went to go see him on his birthday and spend money on him and everything. This is after she didn't take child support money. I went all the way down to Florida from North Carolina and still spent time with him for his birthday and spent money on him and got him toys and stuff. Yeah, you can't never call me. I'm just getting it right. I'm just making sure you understand me, buddy. I don't need to understand y'all. You need to understand me, buddy, and what you playing with. Yeah, I know the baby face fooled you. That's what one military Navy SEAL told people. Don't let the baby face fool you. He was talking about me. Yeah, you let the baby face fool you. I'm almost 50 years old. Look, man, I'm less than a decade away from 50. Imagine letting you play with me, man. You feel me? Man, it ain't gonna happen, bro. That's why I don't play no games. I'm a grown man. With the stats to prove it. Okay? That's all look, I just gotta make it clear, man. We gotta get this cartoon foolishness out of here. Get down to the real situation. Get the clowns out of here. That's what I'm saying. Get the clowns out of here. It's too dangerous for them. These are clowns. That's the first thing we got to get out of here, is the clowns. You don't have no idea what you're playing with, buddy. And that's why God, listen, man, God ain't playing no games, bro. He throwing people around like it ain't like rag dolls. He throwing your community around like rag dolls, man. Because, man, this is a man that was taking care of his son, put himself on child support, still taking care of his son, and you want to talk about other crazy stuff that you don't really know about, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. This ain't no game. And God is real. And God is real in this situation. These lame suckers and, man, come on, old busters out here playing games and stuff. I mean, where does that come from, cuz? Where does that come from? Where does something like that come from, man? That's subhuman to me. You're subhuman. I don't care how you take it. You subhuman to me. You ain't Sub-Zero, you subhuman. Playing no games with these suckers, man. Just like stay in your own lane, man. Stop playing games. Stop being street punks. That's what's wrong with you. You're too much of a street punk, man. You know what I mean? You ain't got nothing to do with your life. You ain't doing nothing. You feel me? You ain't doing. You're just a street punk. Like you from the 60s. You think I'm in a time warp. You in this time warp from the 60s and the 80s. A street punk. This ain't no time to be no street punk, buddy. It is not. With COVID-19, I wouldn't even be out there really. Ow. I wouldn't even be out there. Okay? That's what I'm just saying, man. You know what I mean? I've already lived in Harlem. I've already lived in Brooklyn. I've already lived in Staten Island, man. Out there by the Home Depot, man. I stayed in the neighborhood in front of the Home Depot. Right out there in front of Staten Island, man. Okay? That's why I got that's why I was hired at my last job out there in Staten Island at the YMCA out there. Okay? I worked at New York Sports Club up here. Let's talk about the stats. It's real life. My first job, I was living in Harlem at the time. I walked all the way down to downtown to my feet was raw looking for a job. Got me a job. My feet were so raw. Once I got hired at this 3-star restaurant, a steakhouse, the manager said, "Get off that foot." He already knew my foot. I told him I walked to my feet was raw. And I got the job. My second job was New York Sports Club. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with that. I worked for that in Brooklyn in the Russian neighborhood on East 15th in Midtown. Yeah, that's my stats, buddy. And then I worked for the Doe Fund, Ready, Willing, and Able, picking up the trash in downtown in Manhattan. Yeah, putting on the all blues and working by the Hudson River. That's what I did. So I picked up trash from your community. And these people acting like I'm some new jack to this situation, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's what's offending me, and I'm sure God is offended. Because God knows this more than I do. He knows all the full capacity to the situation. He could feel everything all the labor I put into being here and everything. And the last job I got hired at was here in New York, Staten Island, YMCA. When I was a roommate with somebody, I wasn't in the program. I wasn't in no shelter. I wasn't in no program apartment. I was out in the real world living with somebody, and I got hired out there in Staten Island. I didn't have no program to fall on. I ain't had no EBT to fall on. That's what I'm saying. I done been out there in the real world doing stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. And all those other apartments I had with my wife, they wasn't in no programs. That was based on me and her paying the rent. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't want you to get me twisted with like I've been in programs all my life. Yeah, I've been in the real world all my life, I think. Most of it. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's time for games. Listen, bro, differentiate me from them people, bro. That's all I'm saying. Differentiate me from them people, man. Put me in the category with the daddies and everything. That's where I'm at. That's reality. My son is 16 years old. Put me in the category with the daddies. Yeah, get these street punks out my way, man. Listen, man. Y'all need to do something about it. We gonna do something about it. That's what I'm saying. It's up to you. You supposed to be, the way I look at it is you walking around like John Wayne, like you're supposed to be trying to figure out what is what anyway, right? So won't you take care of the obvious problems in your community? Because it ain't my community. Won't you take care of that for yourself, for your sake? Because when we take care of it, I'm not differentiating again. Hey, differentiation comes up, listen. Differentiation comes up as an issue again. This time, differentiation is not going to be considered. You all are Americans. That's how I see it. And you've been taking money with the gang stalkers, and I know it. Okay? You New Yorkers been taking money with the game stalkers to play games. So why should I differentiate? Make it make sense. Put yourself in my shoes. Why would I differentiate, bro? Would you? All you know is, listen, in my shoes, all you know is it's a whole bunch of Americans, right? All across the country, all across around, right? So why would I differentiate? That's just a simple question. That's a simple question that I'm asking. Why would I differentiate? I can ask the right questions. You can't. Okay? Why would I differentiate? You feel me? All these people playing games, all these people taking money, all these people got my name and my likeness in their mouth and head. Why would I differentiate? People at the deli know this. People at all these delis, these restaurants, the grocery store, all through this neighborhood. Why would I differentiate then? Huh? Why would I differentiate? Like I don't know no better. Like I was born yesterday. I just kept my nose clean about it all. Like I can't pick up on signals. Like I'm retarded or something. You done lost your mind, bro. That's why we on it, man. We on it. And I ain't differentiating nobody. Why would I? That's what I'm saying. Like I'm stupid. So that's why I'm letting you know I'm a papa just like you. You ain't nothing special. We all got kids. My girl got kids. My girl got a kid. I got a kid. Don't lost your mind, bro. Like you the only one of family man. Can't be serious. That's how they act. Like you the only one that got a kid. Like you some special person in the world. Like we supposed to bow down when you come with your kids. Ooh, that's good right there. Like we supposed to bow down when you come around with your kids. We got kids too. The only difference is I made it normal and you didn't. I made it normal and you acting like it's some spaceship or something. You come around like a spaceship done came down with your kids. Hey, watch how they walking with the kids. Like spaceship done came down, huh? Hey, they act like just like Mercedes, people that drive Mercedes on the road. They act like they the only one that they got the most special car in the world, don't you? You ever see how somebody drive? Everybody know that. Drivers know that. People that got expensive cars drive totally different. Totally different. That's how you act with your kids, bro. Like you a driver riding around like you got something we ain't got. So we don't have no weird bond with it. That's the punchline. We don't have no weird bond with it like you trying to act like we do. We got kids just like you do. And it's normal to us. It's normal in my mind. Kids are normal in my mind. To me, they're not normal in your mind. Okay? They're not normal in your mind. That's why you're throwing all that crazy stuff. Because they're not normal in your mind. I got a kid down here. My son is 16. I'm not asking for cookies because I got a kid. You act like you asking for cookies. You asking for cookies? Do you want a cookie because you got a kid? That's what I'm saying. You act like you want a dozen roses or something. You want a dozen donuts and dozen roses? And a jug of milk to wash down the donuts? What you want, man? What you want, man? We all got kids, man. The only difference is we normalized them and you didn't. You acting like they some special thing and you want a cookie for them. That's why you walking around thinking everybody wants your kids in a sexual way. You know why you thinking that? It ain't me, it's you. You know why you thinking that? Because you have made them your gods. You acting like they something so special, like we ain't got no kids. That's what the truth is. It's you. It's your way of thinking. It's you being extra sensitive to the situations. Like somebody wants your kids or something, man. You tripping, bro. You tripping hard, cuz. Listen, man. I got a kid of my own. I wipe my own kid's butt. I change my kid diapers. Okay? I change dirty diapers. You got that part? Do you have it? Do you have it? Okay? Because you walk around like it's something special to the world. I'm talking to wherever it is. I'm talking to wherever it is, and you know who you are, sitting around game stalking with kids. Like they some special thing to the world. We all got kids. So what you saying to a parent? You ain't saying nothing to me. That's why I ain't working. I don't care nothing about what it's supposed to mean to me. What does that mean to me? That's what I'm saying. Somebody you talking about that got a kid that's 16 years old, what that means to me? That's what I'm saying. You a new parent. I'm not a new parent, buddy. I am not a new parent. Do I sound like a new parent? Do I sound like a new parent? I sound like a fully grown man. That's what I'm saying. You think it's all bark and no bite. I'm a bark and bite. I'm both of them. I'm both of them. I'm bark and bite. That's what I am. Yeah. It's time listen, man, it's time to stop playing games, bro. That's what I'm saying. Let's get these okie dokes out the way. If it's somebody that want to get it on for legitimate reasons, let's get the okie dokes out the way. That's all I'm asking, because that's out my weight class. That's below my weight class. That's below my weight class. I find it very highly offensive to put some lames, some suckers in my way when I'm on this lane. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, man. Listen, that's highly offensive to me. They can't even see me, bro. That's the difference. That's the difference. Because you want so bad to put a black man in a sucker boy situation. That's what it really is. You want so bad to classify me as that, and it ain't gonna happen. It's too late for that to happen. I've been too many places for me to be a sucker. How I make it through all them places then? Can you tell me that? Huh? From Seattle to Los Angeles and everywhere? Can you tell me how I made it? Huh? You can't tell me, can you? You can't tell me, can you? All down there in Fort Lauderdale near Miami, on the streets homeless. Can you tell me how I made it? Homeless in Los Angeles. Can you tell me how I made it? Huh? Homeless in Los Angeles. Can you tell me how I made it then? Man, listen, bro. A real one gets offended with people playing games, man. With people that's below their weight class, man. You below my weight class. Listen, you way below my weight class. I don't care how big you are, how tall you are, how fat you are. Listen, you way below. Listen, that's natural weight. You way below my weight class. All them places you idolize, I either seen them I either lived there or been through them. I either seen them or I've been through there. I lived in Los Angeles. I done seen all the other places. I lived in Seattle. I've been all through Florida. I seen Miami. I seen Chicago. I done seen Chicago. I seen Houston. I done seen Houston. Everything Dallas. I done seen Dallas. St. Louis. Detroit. I got family in Detroit. I got blood family in Detroit. Listen, man, Detroit is way more cutthroat than New York right now. Man, Detroit is so dark, you don't even hear about it, do you? You don't think it's popping? Man, come on, you can't be serious. I know it's popping because it's so dark, you don't even hear about it. Just like Cleveland the same way. I know it's popping because you don't hear about it. It's dark. While you all in the lights in New York, that's what you need to do. Go ahead and stay in the lights and stop playing with the darkness, man. Stop acting like you out here in this darkness. Chicago on fire right now. Man, it's way more cutthroat there. All I'm saying is you projecting yourself like you the greatest. And that time is past, bro. It's way more tougher places and cities than New York. Way more tougher. You need to wake up to that. You need to wake up to that. Listen, it's way more tougher places. And I done lived in Los Angeles. And if I haven't lived in none of those tough places, I've seen it, which means I passed through it. Which speaks volumes, because you could not make it through that. You could not make it through. I done seen New Orleans. Anything could happen. Anything, even getting on transportation. Somebody got a gun, start shooting at you. You don't know what's going to happen passing through them places. You can't call it kingdom. You can't really be sure kingdom. You can't kingdom. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And that's just passing through. Let alone living there. That's why I don't tolerate no disrespect, man. Now you see what I'm saying. Now you get me. And I don't care about death. I'm not scared to die. People that with respect on my level is not scared to die because, listen, ain't no confrontation going to take my respect. Ain't no confrontation going to take my rank, man. I don't care what you do. You ain't going to take this rank. You ain't going to take these numbers. You ain't going to take where all I've been. You ain't going to take the heart that it took for me to do all of this stuff. You ain't going to take the heart that it took for me to go to Los Angeles. You scared to go to Los Angeles. You scared to go there. I had heart to go there. You still scared to go there. I got respect from East LA Mexicans too, in Los Angeles. Boom, ow, oh, whoa. I got respect from East LA Mexicans, like I'm new to Mexicans. That's why I smirk at people like that, like I'm new to your community and culture. You can't be serious. All them travels I told you about, but I'm new to Mexicans. Come on, man. I live with an East LA Mexican, man. I was staying with the dude. Yeah, it's a different story now, ain't it? The real story. Well, I was staying with somebody in East LA that was a Mexican. Yeah, man, you listen, man. Listen, that's respect that you can't play with, man. That's what I'm trying to show you. I done been to Long Beach where Snoop Dogg is from. I've been there. I've been through there. Had me a woman made love by the river all night long. They know about the river in Long Beach. I really don't, but they do. And when you catch the train, Long Beach is all the way to the back, big baby. Boom, ow. Yeah, like I'm new to this, bro. That's what I'm saying. I either done been through there, chilled for there for a while, just like I mentioned with Long Beach, chilled there with a female. She was from Long Beach. She was from Long Beach, and she brought me there, and we made love by the river all night long. I'm just letting you know the facts, man. That's all I'm saying. The facts, the physics. Stuff you can't change and take away and manipulate. Okay? The whole facts. Okay? And that's what I'm saying. That separates me from all of them suckers, man. That's what I'm trying to show you, bro. A woman bringing you to Long Beach, where she from, y'all. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Stop, man. Come on. Separate me from them lames, man. That's all I'm saying, bro. You looking at money. It's lames with money. Everybody know that. Lames can have money, bro. We don't go by that. I don't go by that. If you live more than one place, you don't go by no money. Tourists have money. A tourist, somebody come to your city as a tourist, they got money. Don't mean they ain't suckers. Man, come on, man. Man, listen, man. That's what I'm saying. That's why I that's why I try my best to be what y'all call humble in the definition that you talking about. But it's impossible almost in this situation because people need to know what's real. That's real, bro. They need to know. You need to know, man, because they playing a whole bunch of games. They saying a whole bunch of stuff. And then Christians think they're getting on me, talking about be humble and everything. But you don't realize all the crazy stuff, all these crazy politics and stuff. All these street politics that they talking about. And they need to know the truth. They need to know what it is. That's real. And so I'm saying stuff not to even intimidate or challenge anyone. I'm saying all these things for identification's sake. That's what I'm saying it for identification's sake. Because I am not finna let some suckers sit up and they ain't never seen me face to face, ain't never said none of that stuff face to face, not to me. Not in plain English to my face. And so I don't even take that seriously. I don't take that seriously. If you can't say it to me, I stick with that. If you can't say it to my face, something from my youth, the only thing from my youth I stick with is this. If you can't say it to my face, then you a sucker. That's the truth. Now that's one thing that sticks with you from your childhood to your adulthood. If somebody can't say it in your face, man, that's a sucker, man. Listen, man, you can't. Hey, none of them ain't gonna say it in my face. I guarantee you that. How much you want to put on that? That's what I'm saying. They ain't gonna say it to my face, are they? That's what I'm saying. They saying it to you, but ain't no person ever said it to my face in plain English, plainly in my face, talking to me. Never. That's what you need to hear too. Like I'm running from somebody. You can't be serious. And nobody never said nothing to me to my face. Man, come on, bro. By now, you think somebody would have, right? By now, right? That's what I'm saying. So would you acknowledge that? And nobody ain't never said nothing to your face. Ain't nobody ever confronted you. Because it ain't no rooms to, bro. Because that's why. It ain't no rooms to. And I done lived in Los Angeles. I had the heart to go over there and live there. And y'all scared of Los Angeles. I bet you won't go over there. Only way you gonna go over there if you going straight to a hotel. Ow. Oh, whoa. You going straight to a hotel if you go to LA. I went straight to the streets. And I don't get no respect from that. People was telling me the neighborhood you live in, that's a bad neighborhood. I'll be walking, talking to people in LA. That's a bad neighborhood. You live in that, you stay there, that's a bad neighborhood. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like you acting like it's just, it ain't even easy going over there being homeless. Go ask somebody. It's not easy being homeless over there in Los Angeles. Something can happen to you on the streets. Yeah, it's not like New York, buddy. Something, because the culture is the weather is different to where people can be out there all year long. That makes a whole different culture. All kind of people getting high, hanging out, partying, whatever. And getting low too. And so it's just, you can't say what that is on the street. So you can't, a place like that, you can't say what it all is. You can't act like it's a whole bunch of homeless people. When I went over there, and I'm just being honest, I had plugs for the gun and everything. That's how people know how I was. I was over there, I had a plug for a gun, and anyway, over there already, I had a plug over there for a gun and everything. So that's what it was for me. You know what I'm saying? I was known for walking around asking about the guns. That's the difference, bro. That's what I'm telling you. Now, it's another homeless people. Some other homeless people can go over there and get biscuits and everything, and eat biscuits and rice and gravy, and in the morning get you a cup of coffee and get your EBT and walk around. Biscuits and rice and gravy. I'm over there trying to get the plug for the gun, bro. And did get a plug for a gun. Okay? So that's the difference between me and y'all, bro. Separate me. I got people that can vouch for that. People can say, yeah, he was over here trying to get a gun. Already. Already. That's what I think I meant to say, already. I was over there already trying to get a gun. Yeah. That's the difference, man. That's what I'm trying to show you. You know what I'm saying? I don't come from here. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to challenge it, I'm going to give you what you need. I'm going to give you exactly what you need, but you're not finna sit up and play with me like I'm on some sucker stuff. You on some sucker stuff. Now, if you want to challenge it, then we can get to it. You know what I'm saying? But don't be trying to go through these identifications and all these fake stuff. If you want to go to war, we can go to war. But don't sit up here and act like it's a battle of identification. I can show you who I am if that's the battle. If the battle is a matter of me showing you who I am, I can tell you. I can show you who I am. And I got people that can vouch for it. Coast to coast. I got people who can vouch for it coast to coast, man. That's what I'm saying. And if you want to bring East LA Mexicans, man, how about that, bro? How about that for the shutdown? There ain't nobody here want to challenge no nothing like that. Man, come on, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, man. That's all I'm saying. Just give it to me. I went around and I got some respect. That's all I'm saying. Some people got money, some people got cars, some people got respect. We all have our things of value. That's my thing of value. I have respect all around the country. I got records of people knowing what I do and don't do. When the LAPD talked to me, let me tell you something. Just in case you thought I was a snitch, let me tell you something. LAPD can vouch for me not being a snitch. LAPD. Way more tougher than right here in New York, buddy, and especially this little borough, in this little area, in this little neighborhood. Okay? LAPD asked me, who is these people? I told them, I can't tell you that. I told LAPD them that to their face. Under pressure in LA. Under pressure in LA. And I told them, I can't tell you that, man. I can't tell you. I looked police right in the face and told them that. And it's police, if they're still there, that can vouch for that. And that's under pressure, which proves everything. Now, if you play games and you crazy, and look, I'm gonna call it. If you push people on trains and you do reckless stuff that don't amount to street people, then yeah, listen. You deserve listen. The correction office, the correction facilities are for crazy people and crazy people like you. They can't send them to the madhouse no more. They send them to the jail. You don't go by these rules, you deserve to go to jail. You crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna put you in the jail. In other words, I'm putting you in a place, if you a sucker, not sticking by these rules, out here in these streets, yes. If you push somebody on the train, I'm sending you to jail. And you talking to somebody who had a plug over for a gun plug over in LA. I'm talking to somebody who got the gun plug. Yeah, you need to hear it, bro. You need to hear it so you can understand the difference. You can't take my heat. You can't take my juice, man. I don't care what you've done. This is my story. How your story gonna change mine? That's what the problem is in the community, man. You think your story gonna change my story. I don't care. Listen, how's that gonna happen? How your story gonna change mine? How who you are gonna change anything I just said? And that's what people be trying to do, trying to intimidate. It ain't gonna change my story. It's not gonna change my story, bro. That's what's wrong with ignorant people. You think pushing up on me and putting pressure on me is gonna change my story. That's the ignorance in you. That's the ignorance in you, bro. Because at the end of the day, you ain't gonna change nothing that I've been through. You ain't gonna change no place I've been. You ain't gonna change no history that I've been through. That's real. That's how you know I ain't lying. Because I'm telling you what you can't change. You can't change my history, man. I done been around people that took people's lives. I done been around real killers. Yeah, people that took people's lives for real. I ain't talking about no drug dealers. I'm talking about killers. It's a big difference. And street people know the difference. Yeah, you a drug dealer. I'm talking about killers. Yeah, it's some happy people that's drug dealers. It's families that sell drugs. Uncles and aunties and everything. Have nice Christmases, nice Thanksgiving, sell drugs. I'm talking about killers, bro. I'm talking about killers. That's the difference, man. That's the difference, man. That's what I'm saying. And everybody want to be one. Everybody want to be affiliated. You feel me? But they ain't hang around no suckers. There ain't no killers hang around no suckers. One of the first killers I met was a hitman for the mob. Out in Seattle. You know what I mean? That's the first time I met somebody that was a killer. Yeah. That's one of the first. A hitman for the mob. I hit the ground running, didn't I? He said, you don't seem to be scared of me. Because I'm not. Because I'm a soldier, man. I grew up shooting guns. That's what I'm trying to show you. It's nothing that frightens me. That's what I'm trying to show you, man. Keep these suckers, man, that's infatuated with it. You know, you infatuated with all of that, man, and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But you know you ruffle my feathers, then you know I'm gonna have to handle my business. You feel me? Because you trying to intimidate me, you trying to change my story, and you ain't gonna change it. See, suckers try to put some tarnish on your story, but look, if you crazy, I'll call the police on you. Because you ain't sticking by these rules. If you go around punching people and hurting people, I'm calling the police on a person like that. You ain't no thug. You if you was a thug, how come we can see everything you doing? How come you doing stuff on camera? They ain't no thug, man. A thug ain't doing nothing on camera. I don't care if it ain't life. Listen, if it ain't life threatening, I'm not doing nothing on no camera. If somebody don't pull a gun on me or pull a blade on me initially, I'm not doing nothing in front of no camera. I can take it to the streets literally. That's what it's all about, taking it to the streets. That's getting everything off camera. And if people don't play by them rules, man, come on, you crazy, bro. You a crazy little guy, man. You probably bipolar. You probably, man, go check people mental health. Guarantee you they probably bipolar or something, talking about they thugs. And that's why I got to do a video about that. Bipolar, crazy people calling themselves gangsters and thugs. I guarantee you'll get rid of about 30% of these so-called thugs if you go check their mental health. Crazy as a mug. Talking about you a thug. You ain't no, man, you mental, man. That's what it is. You mental. I'm talking about doing real crimes and getting away with it. That's what I'm saying. You don't care. You doing anything anywhere. That's not a criminal, right or wrong. If you're just doing anything anywhere on cameras and everything, that's a criminal. That's not a criminal, bro. That's not a criminal. A criminal is conscious of cameras. A criminal is conscious of their surroundings when they do a crime. So soon as they pop off on somebody, they already in crime mode. They already realize they doing a crime. That's a criminal. Not somebody that acts like a baby in the world and doing stuff on cameras and stuff. We don't respect nobody like that, man. And you deserve to be locked up because you probably crazy. Talking about you a thug, like you gangster, and that's what kind of nigga you are. You mental, man. That's real. That's real. Because you don't stick by the codes that we do. You out here all reckless, like a mental person. That's what I'm saying. You think I'm gonna let somebody, you think I recognize that as thug and gangster? No, that's a mental person. Okay, so how come you don't acknowledge no rules that we do? How come all these rules and these PowerPoint rules you do not acknowledge? That's what we say. Then you ain't going by thugs and criminals regulations, bro. Hey, just because you do a crime don't mean you a criminal. You a crazy person, man. Put you in jail. Get you out the game. Get you away from this stuff. I'm doing you a favor, actually, because you playing around with me, buddy. You just don't know. You just don't know. I'm doing you a favor. Because I already got respect from police. They already know they seen me under pressure. Boom. I don't care how you look at it. That's me. That's the real me. Under pressure. And they seen me under pressure. The police seen me not talk to them and comply with them. Under pressure. When I could have said something. Now, no matter what I did for security, it's all about what you reveal to the police. Because I look at it like this. I use their arms to shoot me one. Oh yeah, that's the soldier in me right there. Hey, listen. Look, you can be shot by one of them. You can be shot